Hey guys, I'm gonna go over the controllers on the Xbox for Age of Empires 2. Gonna try to explain what most of these things do. So some of it is not even worth going over, like here on the interface. I would just say about this. Let's go see health bars. I mean, this is all your preferences here. Terrain grid color, as you can see in my background, like there's a black grid. That's what this is. Interface, I would have it on advanced so you can do control groups. You can do standard, but advanced is better. In HUD game scale, that's like your mini map and the other stuff that's showing up on the top of your screen. I like to have mine a little bit small, but not too small. Just small enough to where it won't get in the way of where I'm looking at the units, but small enough to, or big enough to where I can still see shit. Um, this right here, you should have this off. What this does is, it puts, well, it looks like it's not working right, but, alright. What it's supposed to do, you see that thing where you can see my name and my opponent's name? Well, if you turn this off, it will just show the name without that background, and I think it's better without the black background. So, all right, where was that at? Turn that off. Save delete. I would have that on just in case you accidentally delete like something important. No, none of these other things are really that important that you can do whatever you want. But let's move on to the graphics, I guess. Well, this is just depending on what system you're playing on. I have mine on high. I'm playing on the Series S. Well, I have it custom. I put it on high and then I turn a couple things around because I didn't like them. Like I don't care about fog. It looks very annoying or something. Audio, same thing. Just do whatever you feel like on audio. I turned down the music for this video. Okay, so let's talk about crossplay. Okay, so the way crossplay works is like there's two options for crossplay. You should have this one on. Just because you have this one on does not mean you're gonna be playing against people on mouse and keyboard. Let me save this game. All right, so let me show you. Quick current game. Alright, so let's go to multiplayer. Ranked. Okay, so there's this option right here, and then there is this other option down here. This right here. As long as you have this off, you're not going to be playing against anybody on a mouse and keyboard. Now, if you turn this on, you're going to be able to play against people on computer, like mouse and keyboard, like the the really good players. I don't want to do that. Fuck that. So let me show you the leaderboards. So let's go to multiplayer. Ranked. Where's the leaderboards? Here they are. Alright, so here is like the most important leaderboards. Like you got Hera, the Viper, like all the best players are right here. And then you have the same thing but for teams. Then you have Empire Wars, which I don't really care too much for. And then Deathmatch. And then you have the controller right here. Gamepad. As you can see right now I'm ranked number 37. So this is Xbox controller only. Like this gamepad, that's Xbox controller only. Okay, so let me load back into that game. Nope, that's not it. Damn it, I loaded the wrong game. Oh, actually, that might be okay. I think that's a game that I was playing against like the second hardest AI, and he was kicking my ass. But let's keep going. Let's keep going over the options here. Okay, so we're at game. All right. That record games, campaign games. I mean, who cares? You can if you want. Default aggressive stance. Yes, you should have this on. That means for your units, they will automatically attack and follow anything that they see. Like you're gonna want to change this in game at periods, different periods of time. But I think that you should have this on. Max control groups. Personally, I have it at 8. I only really use 4. I only use my D-pad. It's kind of hard to select control groups. Let me show you control groups. So, alright, so let's say I select this villager. I hold the left bumper, and then I hold up on the D-pad in it, and it'll put it in a control group. So now, let's say I'm right here, and I hold the left bumper and press up, and I select the villager. What I've been doing control groups for lately more than anything, it's buildings. I've been putting buildings in control groups. Like I select this barracks, and I'll hold up on the D-pad, and it's in a control group. So let's say I'm over here fighting, right? And I want to queue up something. I just hold up on the D-pad and press Y, and as you can see on the top left corner of the screen, I queued up a unit. Same with town centers, you could just press Y and queue up a villager. Okay, so controller. Nope, let's go back to game. So I don't ever see myself using more than 8 control groups. So I mean, so yeah, I have my 8. You can actually select buildings too, but I don't like how it works because every time you select, let's say I want to select all my barracks, right? I can hold down both triggers, and then I can press right for archery ranges, and it'll take me to my archery range. But I don't like using this because sometimes I don't want to go back to the archery range. I just want to queue a unit up. So if I do it with both triggers, press left, every time it's gonna jump to the archery range. But if I put it in a control group, okay, see, I can stay up on offense and not go back to my base. See, let me put this archery range in a control group. See, and sometimes I don't want to go back to my base, especially on bigger maps. Okay, so let's keep going. Game. All right. Max control groups. This, yeah, you need to have this on. You can still turn it off. Auto recede. Let's say you just got to like Castle Age and you don't really want to recede every farm because you want to save some wood for other stuff. You can still turn it off by going to your mill and doing this right here. Actually, this is a good time to show you. You see I have 8 villagers right there that are idle. This is something that you can do. Like if you hover over your mill and hold the right trigger, you can press up and click A, and you can build multiple farms, and it'll send any idle villagers to build farms. I want them to add this option to the town center as well, but it doesn't exist on the town center because a lot of times you usually want to build your farms around your town center first. Oh shit, I'm under attack. Well, let's just ignore that for now. So yeah, you want to build your farms around your town center first. So I've been emailing them, trying to get them to put that option on the town center. And yeah, hopefully they'll do that. All right, so let's go back to game. Building range indicator. Automatic farm placement. Both of those are on. Building range indicator. Yep, I like this on, and I also like to have the color on. So let's go to my town center. You see this blue line around my town center? Like if I garrison my villagers, they'll shoot at any enemy units that come within that line. I'm probably gonna have to quit this game after this, but like, also, if you want to get your villagers back to work, you press A on your town center, then you press X, and then you hold X again, and they'll go back to work to wherever they were doing before. You put them in your town center. See? Oh. But you gotta deselect it first, so I guess that's kind of annoying. But yeah. Alright. So let's keep going. Terrain grid display. That's that grid that's on the map. I like to have mine on because it helps me not leaving gaps in my walls. I mean, I left a gap in in my wall this game, but hey. Health bars always on. You always want to have your health bars on. No, it's just like Halo Wars. Display resource gauge on harvest. Sure, that's just gonna show you how many resources you got while you're harvesting them. Object highlights. This, all it does is it highlights a building. Like it puts like a little, what do you call it? Like a little shade of color around the building when you select it. I mean, this is not important at all. See, like, I'll turn this off real quick. And I select the building. Now let me turn it on. Alright. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to come back to you on that one because I am not sure what it does other than like show a little shade of color whenever you select the building. Yeah, I mean it says visual feedback, so just put it back like it was. Select unit portrait, sure. Idle pointers, small trees. There's 2 ways to have small trees. There's a mod that you can use, and then you can turn this on. Actually, with this last update, they kind of messed it up. So before the update, the way that you would do this, you had to. All right, let's quit this game. You would go to your mods and all right, so the next thing I want to go over is idle pointers. You want to have this on. All this does is if you have an idle villager, it gives you a little exclamation mark on top of it. That way, they're a little bit easier to spot. It's like, hey, dumbass, you got an idle right here. Alright, let's go. Navigation waypoints. Okay. So, I came down to the conclusion that I'll have navigation waypoints on my castles and my town centers automatically generated. And then you can also generate waypoints by going anywhere and opening in your minimap with the right bumper and doing this. You press the right stick in and you'll create a waypoint. So now anytime you're anywhere on the map, you can hold your left trigger and then move your right stick and you're gonna jump to your waypoints. So I've almost never used that. The only time I really use it is whenever I'm playing on Nomad and I have a dock that I want to be jumping onto, like fish that I want to fishing ships and my base that I'm managing at the same time. That's the only time I ever use that. Sometimes I've used it a couple of times whenever I've had my army at an awkward location. So I'll put like a waypoint on my army, but that's rare. Because even if I want to do it, like for me to like actually think to do it in a game, while I got all these other things going on, it's very rare. Like I have to really be in control of the game for me to think of that. So I think that's all that for game. So like the last part is controller, and this is probably like the most important one. Vibration. I don't like vibration. Some people seem to like vibration. I don't. Show taunt combo images. Yeah, I have that. That's just so I know, like, whenever somebody talks trash, like how they're doing it. I actually I don't even know how to like talk trash in the game. Like, you gotta go to diplomacy or something. But I want to concentrate on the game as much as possible, so I don't even pay attention to that. So pan speed. I used to have mine at 8, and I worked my way up to 9. So what I recommend with pan speed is put it on whatever you feel comfortable with, and slowly work your way up. That's just how fast your normal camera moves. Like that's my pan speed. Like I used to have it at 8, I moved it up to 9, and at first it felt a little bit fast when I put it to 9, but it feels a little bit better now, and it helps moving around the map. It really does, even that 1%. But it also makes it a little bit harder to like manage your units and play zone farm. So that's what I said. Just put it as low as you feel comfortable with, and then slowly work your way up. That's my recommendation for pan speed. Pan inertia, just turn that off. It just feels weird. It's like acceleration deceleration effect. It feels weird. Like I'm not even gonna show you. Just trust me on that one. Marquee. I'm actually wanting to increase these. I want to increase this to like 45%. I do sometimes feel like my marquee's a little bit too small. Let's do 43. That's just your size of your the size of this circle. If you hold A, it's like units. I do have a complaint about this. Like, okay, so if I zoom in really all the way in, like right now I'm zooming all the way in. You see how small that is? But if I zoom all the way out, you see how big that is? So that little circle will be the same size no matter how zoomed in or zoomed out you are. Okay, so yeah. Usually in the beginning of the game I'm more zoomed in, and later in the game I zoom out some. Actually, I didn't like that. I felt like that was too big. So I had it at 39. Let's put it at 40. Let's see if it even stays at 40. Because I think it moves down by itself for sometimes. There's one option that moves 1 percentage point by itself. I forget which one it was. Marquee speed scale. I have that one at 200%. I tried 199 just to see if it would make a difference. I can't really feel a difference between 200% and 199. I'm just gonna leave it at 199. Okay, so minimap camera lock behavior. There's two options. I have mine on fast pan. Because if I have it on fast pan, it's kind of like move your camera fast. I can just press the right bumper and move my camera really fast anywhere on the map. With loose reticle mode, you can still do that, but you have to press right bumper and Y at the same time. So, fast pan. Where is that at? There it is. Okay. Alright, so if you have loose reticle minimap and you open your minimap, you're not gonna move your camera. You see how like you're gonna move just this. So let's say I have this guy selected. I could just move him by using the minimap. Maybe that's something I'll use in the future, because that does seem interesting. Not for now. I have mine on fastpan just because I like to press right bumper and move my camera fast. I hate having to press multiple buttons to do shit. Like, the simpler the better. There's actually a lot of things in this game that I feel like could be simpler, like placing farms and all that shit. Oh, okay, so let's go back. Minimap reticle speed, that's just your speed on your minimap. 50%. Actually, I think I brought it down. It's slower than, because I'd like to move my camera with it, but I don't like it to be too fast to the point where I can't see where I'm going, so I put that at 50%. Minimap inertia, no. Anything that says inertia, just no. Default zoom, that's just the default that you're going to have at the beginning of the game. This is actually backwards. You'd think if you're at 100%, you're going to be zoomed all the way in, but it actually doesn't work like that. Like, if you're 100%, you're zoomed all the way out, and if you're 0%, you're zoomed all the way in. So it's kind of like backwards. So make sure you play at least one game or a couple of games against the PC to make sure you got all your settings right. Or against the computer or the AI before to make sure you got all your settings the way you like them before you mess around with them and go straight into playing against somebody online. Maximum zoom, yes. I like to have maximum zoom a lot of times because you can zoom in a little bit more, and I wish they would just make the units a little bit bigger for Xbox players, but this helps like micromanage a lot. Like a lot of times whenever you got like two villagers stuck on a wood line, like it's good to like zoom all the way in or almost all the way in. And if you have that off, this option off, you're not gonna be able to do that, or not as easily. Enable reticle snap. Snap skip. Yeah, no, take this off. That's it just feels weird if you have this on. Attraction, I do have this on, and I do have it at 3%, and I'm not so sure if it really helps or if it would just be better to turn this off. I have it on because when I turn this off, I just feel like a lot of times it was a little bit harder to select units. So I have it on, but I have it on at 3% because maybe lower. Maybe it should be even lower. Maybe it's one of those things that you just have on at 1%. All this does is whenever like I'm selecting units, like there's like a little bit of attraction, I guess. Can't really tell, but I feel like I can tell the difference if I just turn it off. But it might just be a placebo psychological effect. To be honest, I really don't know if it actually makes a difference. And honestly, if it works, it could also mess you up. But for right now, I have it on. Um, Small reticle. Yep, the reticle on my in the middle of the screen, you can see it's like really small. I like it that way. I don't like to have a big reticle because I just feel like it makes it easier to like whenever you're selecting a couple units to move them, select them, and micromanage them a little bit easier. Do do do. Do 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 do. All right, lose reticle mode. I actually, I was interested in trying to use this, and it is kind of interesting, but the way it is right now, it doesn't work really well. Uh, it's kind of like you're on a mouse and keyboard, so you can move your thing, but like as soon as you get to the edge, your camera will move, and then you can adjust this, I think, too. But sometimes it just feels like no, because sometimes like you want to go up somewhere and then you gotta move your thing up, and then like I think if we're gonna do this, we need like another, like we need to use like the right stick to move the camera. Like I think reticle mode, free reticle mode could be a thing, but we have to use the right stick to move the camera instead of the way it works right now. And even then, I don't think it would. I'm not so sure it would be useful because then, if you're using your right finger on the camera, then you don't have your thumb on the buttons, and that might not just work out. All right, so small lose reticle mode, reticle area. See, you can adjust like the area. Maybe if you turn this all the way down, but nah. Reticle opacity, yeah, you gotta have this at 100%. Like even at 100%, I don't think it's dark enough. I think I'd rather have like a big black reticle in the middle. Like if I turn this all the way down, my reticle's gonna disappear. Here, I'll show you. See, I don't have a reticle. Let's keep going down. Small reticle on, reticle opacity. Let's turn this back off. And let's turn this all the way up. Alright. Okay. Press or hold menu, both. All this does is if, see, let's put it on press real quick. Now I go to my town center, and I press and let go. Like I let go of my trigger right now. Like the thing stays up there. So, and if I put hold, like there is a couple of things. Like I don't really think like if you put it on hold, I don't really think it's gonna hurt anything. But it doesn't hurt anything to do both. So I would have to play a lot with it on just hold and tell you if it makes a difference or not. So let's put this back to both. Okay, this beat button build mode behavior. Alright, so okay, so I'm gonna do this part again because I kinda messed it up. It was all convoluted. Where is it? B build mode behavior. Okay, you wanna have this on exit build mode. Okay, if you have it on deselect villager, what will happen a lot of the times, let's say you got a villager all the way over here, right? And you want to place down a mill, but you accidentally click on a lumber mill. You're like, oh shit, that's a lumber mill, and you'll press B real quick. Well, now you gotta go back and select the villager again. See, like, but if you put it on exit build mode, controller, let's put this on exit build mode, right? And let's say I'd make the same mistake, right? I got this villager, and I place down a lumber or a mining camp, but I accidentally place down a lumber mill. You're like, oh shit, and I press B. I still have the villager selected, and I can just go back and put down the right building. So hopefully that makes more sense. Building grade, yeah, you want to have this off. I tried it because, you know, maybe I figured it might help me like not leave holes in my gaps in my walls, but it's just annoying to use. Wall placement behavior. You want to have this on hold because it makes placing down palisades easier. All right, so if you have it on press, all right, let's leave it on hold for now. Let's say I want to build a palisade, right? I just all right, let's put a palisade here, right? I just press Y, I finish it, and as soon as I let go of the Y button, I can place it down. If I have that on press, I have not only to let go of Y, but then I also have to press A to build a palisade. And if you're building a lot of palisades, which I do most of my games, or if you're trying to quick wall, that's definitely gonna save you one button push. So you want to have that on hold. All right. Split select send. All right, what was this? Oh yeah, no. I wanted to do this because it would make it more like Halo Wars. You know, Halo Wars, you press A on a unit and you press X to move it, and it just deselects it. The only problem with this is that you have to double press X to garrison villagers if you do it this way, and anything that's just gonna increase the amount of button pushes that I had to do something, not gonna do it. Alternative bumpers and triggers. Like, this would be useful because I do wanna like I do wanna change my I don't like to have the RB be my mini map. Like, I think RB could be used for a lot more than just the mini map. But the way that it is right now, it's just nah. It doesn't work. It's worse than what it is. So just take that off. I wish they would just give us the option to create shortcuts and create yeah, like what is it called? Not shortcuts, but fast plays. Like, I think I like that you could like select the villager and you can change what it's building to like four more necessary things. But I wish, like, if I selected a villager and, for example, placed right bumper or clicked right bumper, like, I could place down a building. Like, if you select a building, like, they could do like a button for every they could do a building for every button, or they could do the like I was thinking about D-pad, like select the villager, press up on the D-pad, and it would make a building like a house or a farm. Like we need multiple quick build buttons, at least for farms, houses, and palisades. Like the rest we could do without for now. You know, like hotkeys. That's what it is. Like we need 2-button hotkeys, not 3-button hotkeys. We already have. I mean, I guess holding down and switching like it works right now. I guess that is kind of. I mean, it's just hard. Like a lot of times, like we need like a faster hotkey system for Xbox. And like honestly, there's a lot of possibilities. I'm not. Maybe if we like hold the A. No, that wouldn't work because that brings down this thingy. Like when we select the villager, like B, this selects it. A moves it. What does X do? I don't think. Oh, X garrisons. See, like we could do X at least. Like if we press X, like X is to garrison, right? But if we press X, not inside a building, like it could be a quick build. You know, it could be like a farm. Like we need farms. Because like especially like a lot of times in like feudal age, like early feudal age, you will be attacking, and you need to place down farms at the same time, and palisades and houses because you're also being attacked, and you have to wall in, and you also have to place farms down at the same time. So you're having to do all 3 of them, and having to go back and change them every time you do that. That's just kills it right there. Makes it really hard to do all those things at the same time. So we need like, I mean, we got more buttons we could select. Like I said, if we press X, that could be a shortcut. Like if we don't do it on a building that's garrisonable, that could be another shortcut. We could also do the D-pad, you know. Like maybe not. Maybe D-pad down. Maybe not the D-pad. I mean, we'll eventually get used to it, but we could do bumpers. Like if I have a villager selected and I press left bumper, it could be a shortcut. It would make it a little bit weird at first, because a lot of times, you know, for example, no matter where you're at, if you press down, it takes you to your town center. And if we were using the D-pad, like it would like place down a building, we have to deselect the villager and then go down. So it's something that maybe we could play around with. But definitely X could be used for it though. Like we could have at least 2 shortcuts, you know, Y and X. Like that's at least 2. I don't see why that couldn't be done. And like that would make 2 out of 3, which is a lot better than what we got. So, because we got like 1 out of 3. All right, so both B. Okay, friendly unit selected, friendly unit targeted. All that's saying is, I have a villager selected. I have this villager selected, and then I go to my other villager. It will select the other villager. If I put it on move, I select the villager, then I go to select another villager. It will move the villager. Now, I'm not so sure what's going on here with the other option, friendly unit targeted, friendly building selected. because let me put that to that. No matter like friendly unit selected, friendly building targeted. Like this one doesn't work, or maybe I'm missing something because even if I put it on select, I'll have like my villager selected, right? And I select the building, it will still send that villager over there. So yeah. Easy select military. I have this off because sometimes well, it doesn't really work like I want it to. But like I could usually just control my military by holding my left trigger, like right for all archery units, left for all artillery units, down for cavalry units, which Mesoamerican civs don't even have any cavalry, so pressing down is completely useless. So maybe for Meso civs, that button could be used for something else. Um, well, no, because I guess we could technically take over a stable. But Mayans can't, because Mayans don't have redemption. I mean, I play Aztecs too. I've never fucking taken over a stable. Even if you do, you don't get the defense upgrades for the stables, so there's no point. Okay, let's keep going. Where was I at? Okay. Easy select villager. Yes, I have this on. That just means if you're under your town center and you got like 6 villagers and like 3 sheep and you select all of them, like it'll only select the villagers. So, all right, you see my town center. I got sheep and stuff. I select my villagers and I select the sheep. It's only selecting the villagers, and I can put them all to kill 1 sheep. God damn, I'm already on the attack. Let's restart this game. I don't think I went over this. This is just for your auto economy. So if you have this on, or you have it in villager priorities and you press your right stick, it'll bring up this screen, and then if you press Y, you can select it on a preset. And then you press B and like your villagers, this is so bad, but this is how you can begin the game. Oh, actually, let's go build a house. That's auto economy right there. You want to avoid auto economy at least until all your berries are finished. You probably don't want to use auto economy, because the way auto economy works is it will put all your villagers on whatever food sources. So let's say you got 20 villagers on food, right? And you got 1 berry patch. It will try to put like 20 villagers on just 1 berry bush. So after your berries are finished, like it will start auto placing farms. But like auto economy is both, it both sucks and is both overpowered at the same time. Like it really sucks in the beginning, or if your base is being attacked, because it will, let's say my base is being attacked by a bunch of knights, right? And I garrison villagers, right? From my farms. Well, auto economy will take villagers from other places and then try to take them to those farms that I just took the villagers out of. So it's going to get them killed. But if my base is completely safe from being raided, it's not under attack, auto economy, like your villager, as soon as they come out of your base, they'll go build a farm. A perfectly placed farm too, like not just any farm, like a perfectly placed farm around the best location that he can find. So yeah, like for booming on arena, it's really nice. You could like grow your economy real quick. So yeah, auto economy is both overpowered and sucks at the same time. All right, so let's keep going. All right, this I have a quick find, press, hold behavior. See, I wish this would also work for like all when you select all buildings. For some reason, it doesn't. This is just really only really works for your town center, I think. So basically, I have this. Oh, actually, yeah, this is for units and towns. I mean, I guess it works for the town center too. Um. So what this does, I need to load another game. All right, so if I press down anywhere on the map, I'll go down to my town center. If I hold the left trigger and press, let's say right, I don't have any units now, but if I press up, let me build a militia real quick. If I press up one time on my militia or on my D-pad, it'll take me to my. It will cycle through my melee units. See, like I could be anywhere on the map. Let's build another militia, and if I hold, it's gonna select all my units of that type, and I'm gonna be able to control them. So right here, I'm selecting my scout and my militia, right? And I'm telling them all to go right here. And this is like what you're gonna be using the most, honestly. This is what I use the most for controlling my units. And the way you want to have this set up is, yeah, this one. This, I don't like this because I can't select all my units at one time, which a lot of times I need to. Press, select all local. Hold, select all global. You know what? No, I don't like this because sometimes I'm trying to skip to the other side of the map in an instant. And this wouldn't work with that. Press, cycle, single units, double press, select all, hold, select all global. See, this would be nice, except that if you have it on this, and they actually fixed this because it was even worse, but I still don't like it. Like, I'm anywhere on the map and I press down, I can go to my town center, but there's like a 1 second delay. Like, you probably can't tell. See, like, you can see the delay there, right? Like, there's like a 1 second delay to go to my town center when you have it on that option. And we can't have that, bro, because, you know, a lot of times I need to do shit and I need to do it right now. So that 1 second delay is just gonna fuck me up. I got allergies right now, so. Oh, I'm literally crying. So the only option the least bad option is this one. Especially for us Halo Wars players that are used to like always going back to our base, to our main base. But I think I was watching like the best Xbox player. Well, he is rated the best, but I mean he's honestly a PC player, like a semi-professional PC player that came to play on Xbox. So he like knows all the strats. Like I feel like my micro, like my unit wise, not my micro, definitely not my micro, but like my graphs and the controls of the game are better than him. But he is just a better player because he knows the strats. So watching him play, I watch him like he struggles more than me when it comes to doing stuff in the game, but he's also a lot better player, so he still smacks me. So he's got the strats though. He's got the strats. Okay, quick find snaps to units. Yes. I mean that's what you just talk about. Like, yeah, quick find snaps to units. Like this right here should work with control groups. Like all right, so let's put these guys in a control group, right? All right, I have them in a control group. I wish I could just press up on my D-pad and jump to them, but I can still do that. But I gotta press up twice, or I gotta hold up and then press Y, which is honestly the best way to do it. Like I gotta train myself to do this more often, but honestly, the way I end up doing it is, especially like whenever I'm only pushing with like 3 militias or 3 men at arms, I will just press up most of the time. It will fuck you up though. Doing this will fuck you up later in the game though. Like, see, this is just 2 button pushes, whereas that's 3 button pushes. And even though, like, it takes just like a couple more milliseconds to do it. And I don't know why. It's just, maybe it's just because I got used to doing it the other way. But as long as I can do it the other way, I'm probably not going to be using that. Just because, honestly, this is pretty good. But this is just better. Especially because I'm already used to having my left index finger on my trigger. Because to do control groups, I would have to change. I've been using control groups for my buildings. I've been putting my production buildings in control groups, and I'll put my trebs in another control group. Other than that, I don't really haven't been using them. Okay, so let's keep going down. This right here, it's for naval units. You do want to have this on. There's no reason not to have this on. And all it does, like I'm not gonna show you, but like all it does is it pulls up another menu, but for naval units. And you gotta press left trigger and right bumper at the same time. So you see how, like, you know, like I can select all units like by holding my left trigger. So if I do this, left trigger and right bumper, I can select all my naval units. I don't have any naval units, so I'm not gonna be able to select any, but yeah. I mean, honestly, I avoid water maps as much as possible. And naval battles as much as possible. Maybe in the future, once I become better, I'll start doing that. I mean, I am still forced to do like at least one water map every once in a while. Yeah, this is just, you want to have this on all military behavior. If you have this on idle, it's just gonna select idle units. Like, definitely want to have that on all. Okay, so I have it on select all villagers, but if you combine this with double villager job roles, you're gonna select all the villagers of that type. There is like 5 different types of villagers. There's a villager for every type of resource. So you got your choppers, you got your miners, you got your hunters, you got your farmers. Like, each one of them is a different one. Let's restart this so I can show you. So, alright, let's put this guy on wood. So those 2 are choppers. These 2 right here are builders, right? So if I have those both options like that and I double press on the choppers, I'm only gonna select the choppers. If I press idles, I'm only gonna select idles. If I select builders, I'm only gonna select builders. So I think that's probably the way I want to do it, to be honest. Like, I think that's pretty cool. but you gotta like combine those two. Okay. Quick find, enable unit, select all villagers, double press, flick selection. Yeah, you want to have this on. That's just to select your control groups with your left trigger. Direct control group shortcut, yeah, you want to have this on. This is, like I said, to create control groups by holding the D-pad. As soon as I have 6 villagers, I'm gonna put them in a control group, and I'm gonna send 4 villagers to collect wood. So right there I have 6. See, like right there I was able to just select them and then quick drop off. But a lot of times you'll have like multiple villagers on different things. So that's why I have the control group, right? So let's say I had more villagers, I could just select the control group and then drop off real quick. Especially if I have like, if I have a fucking sheep under the town center like I'm supposed to. So I'm just gonna wait until I have 4 wood, and then I'm gonna lower the board to show you how I like to do it. I'm gonna try and always have 1 sheep under your town center. And then like put all your other sheep off to the side a little bit, because if you don't do that, dumbass villagers will kill multiple of them at the same time.
Ashi. Ashi. Ashike. Ashi.
Alright, so there's a rhino there. Still looking for the rest of my sheep. So
Ashike. Canunel.
there, I'm gonna shoot the rhino. Then I'm gonna select my control group and wait until like the last convenient moment. Alright, then I'm gonna start shooting. And the villager is coming up, I'll put them on sheep. Right? And then I'm probably like, I'll start building my wall. Like this or something. And then I'll switch over to palisade. And I mean, this is probably not a good build, but this is how I've been doing it.